Hi, all of you, Gil. So today it's the 11th of March, 2025. I believe it's the 11th. I keep forgetting the dates. But anyway, like, how am I doing these days? Some of you probably are wondering how I'm doing after the layoff. This video is considered part of the layoff stories. I'm still like I'm still not permanent on a job. Right now I'm still temporary, like the current position I'm in now. I've been working there now a month and a half. So I've been working only 40 hours, which I really love. And then I've been working just the day shift, 6 o'clock until 2:30 p.m. I love that part. I mean, that's the best part about my job. Well, I mean, they never make me work more than 40 hours, and they don't give me surprises saying that you gotta stay for until like 12 hours. I hate that crap, man. One of those things I hate. I hate when jobs do that, and I don't like that. I mean, I'm glad this job is not doing that. I mean, I'm only working 40 hours. It's perfect. It's perfect. And I want to keep it like that. I want to keep it like that. 40 hours, never more than 40 hours. Occasionally, I can work overtime. It's fine. I mean, if I do it only sometimes, but not all the time. But this job has not done that, though. And plus, I love the day shift. Monday through Friday from 6 o'clock in the morning until 2:30. I love it when I go home at 2:30 because I have the rest of the day to myself, which I really love. I really love that. I mean, yeah. So I mean, anyway, so it's been good. I mean, my job's been fun. I mean, so far. I mean, it's been good. I mean, it's like I like the job. I like the shift. I'm really happy with the shift and everything. So yeah, I mean, but you know what? On the month of February, still talking about the layoff stories, but anyway, like on the month of February, I mean, I got like my budget went out of whack a little bit, and there was two reasons why it went out of whack. Number one, because when I barely started the job, well, that was actually January, one part of it. Well, actually, my first paycheck was like on February or something. Anyway, I mean, because like when I got my first paycheck on that new position I'm in, I mean, I got a really tiny check because I only worked like 3 days, like I only worked 24 hours or something like that, and I got a small check. So that apparently kind of knocked my budget out of whack a bit. And then not only that, the month of February has only 28 days. So that's another thing that kind of knocked my budget out of whack because you know how we get months that have 30 days and 31 days or whatever. I mean, when we have these months that are more than 30 days, those extra 3 days of the 4 week budget, we're budgeted for 4 weeks a month, right? But those extra days every month, it helps to give a little extra money to kind of like overlap the actual budget, like to be sure that we don't go short. I mean, it's kind of like God's way of doing it. I mean, which is an interesting way when you think about it. Like we never really think about that. I mean, because so the month of February I had only 28 days, and so I was on a tight budget for February because it was only 4 weeks straight, and it was not those extra 3 days, like to help with them. But and plus, not only that, I got one small check, so it kind of knocked me out of budget. I mean, it's crazy on how these how we call it paycheck to paycheck life. Apparently I'm one of those. I mean, apparently I'm not gifted with someone who doesn't have to live paycheck to paycheck. I'm one of those. I mean, apparently. So anyway, I mean, you see, that's what's bad about, I mean, life like that. I mean, like, for some people, I mean, if we're not careful, like just one paycheck away, and it can screw us up, with our budget and stuff. But anyway, I still have extra money in my accounts in cash. But anyway, enough of that. So this job, I like it. Everything looks pretty good. Layoff storage. Well, apparently, like another thing that's kind of like knocking me out of budget is like the insurance. That health insurance that I'm paying $400 a month. That we're paying $400 a month. That we're not used to doing. I mean, Jenny Lynn has her own insurance from her job, but it sucks. The insurance kind of sucks. And because, anyway, and then, so we're paying 400. So that's what's happening after being laid off. If you guys wonder what's happening to us after being laid off, what happens to the average person after being laid off. Well, I'm okay. I'm fine right now. I'm good, but I do like the shift I'm at, so I'm fine. Overall at the moment, and then but it's just like the insurance we have to pay $400 a month in health insurance, so the layoff stories. So anyway, right now we're good. I'm good, and I'm just doing my little hobbies and stuff. And what else is affected so far? I've been laid off on May last year, so this is now March. It's almost a year now. It's almost been a year. Almost a year, approaching a year since I got laid off. Because like when I was working that job, I had it kind of like I felt like secure there because I had my insurance, I had my health insurance, and it was good insurance too. It was good. It was good service too. And then I didn't have to worry about that. Because the company was paying like $900 a month, and we were paying like $300 out of my check. It was good insurance, but man, look at the price, though, man. Like the insurance was actually $1,200 a month for the two of us, me and Jenny Lynn. The company paid like $900. And I paid like $300. Out of my check. It was good. I liked how things were going when I was working at that job. And then I liked the shift. We worked a little overtime, but it was not so bad. Because we were doing 40 hours, which I did like. I did like that. I liked the day shift. It was nice on my job. So at this point, after being laid off, since being laid off, so this is how would I say how things are right now compared to before I got laid off? Well, I could tell you one thing. The only thing that's really different at this point is the fact that, I'm paying my own insurance, but it's cheap insurance, so it's crappy service. It's a crappy service I get because it's all I can afford. It's all I can afford. Well, and it's for my kids too. Like me and my kids paying $400 a month, and normally we were paying and then Jenny Lynn is paying for her own insurance, which is pretty close to $100 a month. So yeah. So that's the thing that's different. I think the only thing that's different right now is the fact that we're paying our own insurance, kind of, or we're paying more. We're paying more money for insurance than when I had insurance through my job, and it's a shittier service too. But so that's kind of like the only thing that's really different compared to before I got laid off. And then also what's different too, it's the fact that the job is only temporary, supposed to be temporary, but it seems to me that I don't really have to really. Yeah, that's the only thing that's different. Maybe I'm making a little bit slightly less money. Just a little bit less, but actually I'm not. Because in my last job I was bringing home about $600 a week on average, but with this job I'm bringing home about $650 a week. But the thing that's different is I'm paying for our insurance, and at the other job after the insurance was deducted. So I mean, yeah. Anyway, so that's about it. That's different. I mean, that's about it. I mean, but I mean, so right now, I mean, like I'm hopeful that my job can stay stable at least long enough. I mean, because if anything would end on this job or something, like then it could knock my budget out of whack again. See, that's the thing. Well, it doesn't even really matter. I mean, like whether a job is permanent or temporary. I mean, even a permanent job is not permanent. I mean, a permanent job is not permanent these days. I mean, cause they can let you go at any time. You know, any job you might have, even if it's permanent, and even if you've been there for 20 years, they can let you go at any time. You know, I mean, any time. I mean, so yeah, I mean, but you know what? To sum it up, for all the time that I've been laid off from that job and Bradshaw, I mean, it's like from that point on until now, like my budget was sort of like kept going out, like it was not out of whack, but it kept it like it was unstable. My budget was unstable because for a few months I was getting EDD only and everything, and then I had to like put my spending on lockdown. I had a lockdown on spending, and then when I got the job at Procter and Gamble, I mean, I was temporarily making good money there. I mean, $1,000 a week or more. I was temporarily making $1,000 a week, and then I stopped the lockdown, and I was enjoying a little bit of that money. I mean, and then of course I did Christmas shopping and stuff. And yeah, I mean, but anyway, but then all of a sudden that job ended. But at least miraculously, I was able to get a new job. I mean, I was able to get a new position. So I mean, right away. Apparently, I don't know how the rest of the people that got that ended their assignment along with me. I wonder. I think I feel like I heard at least one of you. I mean, did not like have not found a job yet or something. But I feel like I'm probably one of the priority for the staffing services because they see that I'm a good worker there, so I'm priority kind of. I guess I could tell. I could see. It's pretty easy to see that because they called me right away to set me up with another job. But I think I heard that like some of the other guys were set up with another job right away too. But anyway, so how has it been since I got laid off? Well, I mean, I've been okay because I've been getting money from EDD, but I was able to get that, and then apparently I was able to find a new job within 4 months. So at 4 months being laid off, I found a new job, and I was getting back on track with my budgeting and my well, it's like yeah, it was like it was not going up and down or how we call that unstable. I mean, so right now it's been pretty steady. So it's like I'm good at the moment. I mean, so anyways, now to talk about what this job is like with my new job. I'm still driving the machine, the high reach truck. I'm driving the high reach, a Raymond, and then you know what that job is. Basically, it's kind of like it's all case picking and or how we call it order picking. It's all order. Like majority of the people drive cherry pickers in there, and then like but we need a high reach there too. I mean cherry pickers. It's like a glorified version of order picking. It's like what we used to do with the pallet jacks, electric pallet jacks. In my current job, there's no electric pallet jacks. It's only cherry pickers. It's mostly cherry pickers, and it's also like high reaches. They do Crown and Raymond. I drive the Raymond, and then they also have a turret Raymond turret. Well, it's kind of like a cherry picker, but it's a different type of cherry picker. It's like it has the one with the swinging forks. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't drive those. But anyways, all they have is the high reaches and cherry pickers. And of course, they have the traditional gasoline forklift. But anyway, and then my job, so I work 8 to 2:30. So that's what my job does. Well, you know what that job kind of makes me think of? It makes me think of the how I call it, like the it makes me think of Amazon. I know like it's like they have these like areas where it's a lot of ladies, mostly ladies. They kind of like pack the boxes, and they palletize the boxes. And well, it's kind of like reminds me of my other job, my first job, where like the department I worked in, DSTC, like where they used to pick and pack stuff. They used to pack the boxes, it's like, and then they would palletize the boxes, and it's kind of like order picking. It kind of makes me think of how Amazon looks like. So yeah, I mean, damn his hair, man. And of course, like one of the best parts too, besides the being day shift and working only 8 hours a day, being day shift from 6 o'clock until 2 p.m. And another thing that's great about this job is the location. It's only like 15 miles away. I mean, this new job, it's only 15 miles away. I mean, I love, that's another great thing about it. It's only 15, it only takes me like 20 minutes to get to my job. I like even like going home, it takes me never more than 30 minutes to get home. Like, wow. I mean, it's with a little traffic. I mean, but in the morning, it could take me just 15, 20. Well, it could take me just 20 minutes to get to my job. I mean, only 20 minutes. I mean, so, I mean, that's another thing. It's close. It's close, very close. Like, I get off at Cedar Street in Fontana. Like, I go on the 10 freeway and get off at Cedar. And from here, it's like about 15 miles away from here. I mean, so that's another nice thing about it. So it's two things that's great about this job right now. But like, if I was going to be comparing it with my first job that I got laid off at, well, it's closer than my first job. It's closer, and then the shift is better, because like in my other job, I used to start at, I think, 7 o'clock, and I used to go home at 3:30 or something. Or sometimes I would, well, but this job starts at 6 and I go home at 2:30. So, I mean, but it's closer too. I mean, my new job at this moment, though I'm in now, it's closer. So, I mean, and it's pretty low stress too. I mean, it's pretty low stress. I have not had a stressful moment, except for the first maybe week or first. It was like the first month that I was there for. It was pretty stressful for me because I was barely learning. I was learning the job, and it's hard. It's hard when we're new. I mean, because I get lost and everything. But I think I'm good now. I mean, it's like I know what I'm doing now. I mean, it's like I'm completely trained now, so which is a nice thing. So, anyways, well, I hope you liked this blog about how I'm doing these days. Layoff stories. So after 10 months, I've been laid off 10 months. So I mean, but because I still consider myself laid off because I have not found a permanent job yet. It's not official yet, but maybe I could probably, if I'm consistently working through my staffing services, and if I'm gonna consistently work for like for maybe like the next several months, then I can probably consider that I could consider it like my new job for the time being. But I mean, or especially the fact that if they would prioritize me every time, and I don't have to worry about it, then I can consider myself being completely resurrected into a new job, or reincarnated into a new job. So like, you figure what happens to the average person who got laid off. Well, this is where I'm at. This is my story of where I'm at after being laid off. Like, I wonder how you guys are doing. If any of you are watching this, I wonder how all of you who got laid off along with me, how are you guys doing? I wonder how, it makes me wonder, like, how you guys are doing. Like, especially the ones that weren't driving a forklift, because jobs are seemingly easier to find if you know how to drive a forklift. But I wonder, it makes me wonder how some of you are doing, because that's why I put this video up for people to so it could satisfy your curiosity of what happens to the average person who got laid off, on how they do it, on how life is going with the average person like me who got laid off. What did they do? Well, this is where I'm at. I mean, you got my full story. I'm working like as a temporary. I mean, apparently I'm one of the kind of like the lucky ones, so to speak. I could probably say that because well, because I was able to drive a forklift, so it was easier for me to find a job. So it makes me wonder. I would wonder about you guys. For some of you who weren't driving a forklift, like working in the floor instead. I mean, I wonder how you guys are doing. I mean, because I know that I feel like the average person finds a new job like after about a year, or it takes them a year or more for the average person to find a new job after getting laid off. Apparently, for me, it was 4 months. I got a new job, but it was a temporary. But I mean, anyway, so that's my story. 10 months after being laid off. So, anyways, all right. Well, I hope you liked this layoff story and how I'm doing story. I mean, all right. See you on the next video.